Hello and welcome to the Stanley Parable. This is Crash, and this is a game that was very popular for a bunch of people a couple of years ago. There were a bunch of Let's Plays put out for it. I got kind of interested in it, but I could never justify paying for it because I'm a teacher. But it's on sale right now. Possibly not right now if you're watching it on YouTube, but if you are watching me stream this, because I'm recording this live on Veterans Day, because I have a few minutes to do that, well, then you might want to go to Steam and check it out, because I got it for less than $5, which is kind of nice. And I just noticed that the monitor here is the same as the screen here, which is the same as the monitor there. It's monitors all the way down, and that amuses me greatly. Okay, so let's get started. The end is never 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 the... Oh, loading. That wasn't creepy at all.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I'm glad Stanley's happy,
And then
because that'd be
one day,
torture
something
to
very
me.
peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, I can control things now. Okay. Can't check my email. What's that? Okay, so left clicking lets me interact with things. Everything's locked though.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, perhaps I did not get
No
the
matter
memo.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Are you the... No, you're not the meeting room. That copier doesn't look like it belongs there.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I don't know. It got you to speak, Mr. Narrator Person.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
If you say so. Hey! That's kind of creepy.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, maybe there's an office party? Ooh, maybe this is Friday. Friday, Friday. Oh, no. Actually, in real life today is a Wednesday, so um, I'm probably, well, I would be part of the IT department most likely. Um, so yeah, I should be here. Number of slides on this slide. Nice. Charts, slides, and charts and slides. Ooh, fancy. A rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Wow. Also very meta. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts. I'm begging you. The Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your Boss Appreciation Specialist. I'm not going to read all of these. You can pause it and read it if you really, really want to. Why did we hire you? What are your dreams for the future? Plant life. Yes, I would like to have some plant life in the future. To do synergize core value expenditures, shift global market parad, monetize free to play. How to solve dispute with a coworker. Let a ball up inside you, take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. I could probably just spend the rest of the stream right here, but let's move on. Oh.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Yeah, probably for the best. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wow, I am in shape. I took those stairs really, really well.
Stepping
Sir?
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
And I wouldn't know it either because I do not metagame or look up strategies online.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Mr. Narrator Guy, should I press the shiny button? I'm pressing the shiny button. Loading, loading, loading. Oh, my game is loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
It's because I stopped drinking the office coffee. I knew they were spiking it. Whoa. Okay. Alright, but if I see an alien, or the Predator alien, or Arnold
Stanley walked straight
Schwarzenegger-
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not gonna trust signs written in red. Hello, 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 hello. Echo, echo, echo. Winston.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Probably.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yes, but at least even these heartless people hated Mondays, according to their coffee cups. So, there's that. This seems an incredibly inefficient way to monitor everyone, too. I mean, all the power that has to go into these monitors, some of them look like they were haphazardly added after the fact. And it's just like, let's just build a giant room and put monitors in everywhere. Because that makes sense. What's this one?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Or maybe because Republicans took over education. Maybe.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I like how the narrator is directing me step by step on how to do all this stuff and avoid having someone direct all of my actions step by step. Wait.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it...
Oops.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
That is an eerily thin door.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay. Banana Soul? I don't know what Streambot is. So, I guess I don't use it? Alright, so that was my first run through for Stanley Parable. I decided to do the first run through actually following what the narrator said. And I'm going to stop the recording here, then start it again. So on YouTube, it'll be more than one episode, but the stream's just going to keep going. And this next one, I'm going to try doing different things than what the narrator says. I mean, he's talking about not following directions and, you know, breaking free from being told to do certain things all the time, but he kept telling me what to do. I'm not dealing with that. So, if you're watching this on YouTube and you liked it, like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching this on Twitch, give me a moment and we're going to continue.